I think people are hesitant to let me put this. How am I going to frame this? People are hesitant to accept what they're seeing, especially if what they're seeing A is not what they're used to, and B is not what they expected. We are seeing, at least this year, we are seeing a top 5 quarterback in CJ Stroud. We're seeing an MVP candidate in CJ Stroud. And to me, we're seeing the clear-cut offensive rookie of the year in CJ Stroud. I don't remember. I don't even know if this ever happened, but I don't remember, or I don't know. Let me say that. In fact, I'm not going to look it up. I don't remember the last time a rookie has won the MVP. I'm sure it's happened before, but I just don't know when. And I'm also not saying that CJ Stroud is the front runner for the MVP, but he is definitely in the conversation. The Houston Texans beat the Cincinnati Bengals 30-27. The question is, what factors or what signs do I see that for me determine if you're a good, or if you're not only a franchise quarterback, but if you have star-like qualities? Because every quarterback in this league can throw. I'm not saying they throw the same. Let's not hear that. I'm not saying that every quarterback throws the same, but what I am saying is every quarterback in the NFL can throw the ball. Every quarterback in the NFL is at least decent. Zach Wilson might not be good, but he's at least decent. So I'm not going to say that I don't measure how you throw the ball. I think there's obviously a lot of things that I look at, but the biggest thing is, how do you compose yourself? How do you fare when you're trailing? How are you able to put the team on your back and lead your team to victory, or at least put your team in the best position to win? That is my question with quarterbacks. What do you look like when your team needs you the most? Are you able to rise the occasion and look superior, look different from the fray? Or do you just squat or fail in them situations? One of the biggest reasons why I feel CJ Stroud, not only, this isn't a fluke to me. This year, I'm not saying that CJ Stroud is going to be a top tier quarterback for his entire career. I'm not even saying that CJ Stroud is going to be a top 5 quarterback for his entire career. But one reason why I feel that this season is not a fluke, that he is going to be this good, if not better, for the majority of his career, is because of not only the poise, but the poise when they're down. This Cincinnati Bengals and Houston Texans game kept going back and forth. And yes, there were interceptions. I know CJ Stroud threw one. I know Joe Burrow threw 2. But CJ Stroud threw an interception late in the fourth quarter. Gave Cincinnati Bengals the ball back after Joe Burrow threw an interception. And the Cincinnati Bengals were marching down the field. And yes, I do think that if Tyler Boyd would have caught the clear-cut touchdown, they would have won the game. But he dropped the ball in the end zone, which is very uncharacteristic of Tyler Boyd, but it happened. Which they settled for a field goal, which tied the game. And I think there was like a minute and 30 seconds left. And the reason why I know that this isn't a fluke, and the reason why I know that CJ Stroud is as good as projected is because of the feeling that I had when I saw that CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans were getting the ball back with like a minute and 30 seconds. That feeling that I had was, damn, you left too much time on the clock for CJ Stroud. That's the same thing, the same feeling that I've had with, let's say, Aaron Rodgers in late game situations, Drew Brees back in the day in late game situations, Tom Brady in late game situations, someone like Patrick Mahomes in late game situations. I said to myself, and I said it out loud too, I said, yeah, that's a lot of time for CJ Stroud because he's done it. CJ Stroud has statistically not only been one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but been one of the best crunch time quarterbacks as a rookie on a team that nobody had expectations for, especially at least this year because they're so young, which is one of the biggest reasons why I have DeMeco Ryans at least at this point as coach of the year, because this not only is this Texans team good, but they have a shot of winning the AFC South over the Jaguars, which we'll talk about in a second. CJ Stroud is that dude, bro. And the Texans have found their franchise quarterback. And it was crazy to me in a good way, but it was so crazy and so shocking the feeling of calmness I had watching that game, knowing that the game was tied at 27 and CJ Stroud had the ball, and everything in me thought to myself, they're about to win this game. You don't usually feel that way for a rookie. A rookie doesn't usually instill that level of comfort in a fan, in a team, that we have a minute and 30. Rookies aren't supposed to know what to do. I know you run 2-minute drill in practice and everything, but that 2-minute drill is much different in the game. Rookies are not supposed to be as poised and not supposed to demand respect as much as CJ Stroud does. Shouts out to him, man, and shouts out to the Texans. They have been a pleasant surprise this year, and to me, they have been the team to watch in CJ Stroud. I agree with someone like Darren Orlowski that says that he has catapulted himself not only as a clear-cut offensive rookie of the year candidate, but an MVP candidate. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.